Hello and welcome back to Angful Plays. We're doing things a little bit differently this time because I actually lost my voice track for whatever reason. I don't really know what happened, but well, I didn't lose it, but it was extremely low, and you can probably hear just a little bit of it in the background. And it's really big shame because I actually thought I did well this time. I was sitting and trying to keep the time right, and I actually did the puzzles myself, which I had to do during the second chapter, when escaping the Askill. So this for me it was personal victory to actually be able to play the game, because I feel like the game has been going fine until now. It's like they have these really obvious puzzles where you can see like, oh, well, I just do this or I just do that, and then it works. And then you have puzzles like the slide puzzle, which I showcased in the last episode, where I feel like if you've been doing normal point and click fare throughout your whole thing, and then out of nowhere suddenly throw old school thought puzzles like that. It just like it's not that I don't like thought puzzles. I mean, Puzzle Agent is one of my favorite point and clickers out there, but at the same time, it really shouldn't be like. I feel like slide puzzle. I just don't like slide puzzles. Slide puzzles is like the bane of my existence. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to have to do the slide puzzle sooner or later. I don't believe I did it in this episode. I can't actually see my actual video. I can just see the timer. I don't know why it won't show me the actual video recording while I talk. So that's why what I'm saying is not attached to what you're seeing on screen. Otherwise, I've been a bit busy. Lately, I've been moving out of me and my parents have been moving out of our normal house because it's getting renovated. Well, I don't know if that's the word for it in English too. We're getting rehoused because basically in the entire complex I live in is going to be torn down and then built up again. With all these knives, because we had a lot of problems with fungi and such, and therefore I've been packing all my stuff, moving into an apartment with exactly the same rooms, unpacking again, and a lot of stuff happened in between there. I lost my external hard drive. I'm not actually sure if I lost my saves for Fear and Sonic Adventure DX. I'm pretty sure I lost it for Sonic Adventure because Sonic Adventure I know doesn't cloud save. But sorry about that. But on the other hand, I don't know what Fear does. I'm after this recording, I'm checking it to see if I was able to save Fear. The thing is, my cat, whom I love dearly, decided that it wanted to get up on one of my speakers, which I have hanging on my walls, and the speaker fell down and hit my external hard drive, and it basically just went in and hit the exact wrong place. It put a major dent in it. You could like feel the dent, and I tried going to my cousin and we tried looking at it and opening it up and going through it. We could just see like, no, it was unsalvageable. All the data on it was unsalvageable. This this is of course the puzzle. I can hear it though. This is the puzzle with the astronomer, and this is probably the simplest puzzle in the whole game, because all you do is just you put the books in the right order down there, and it's just, if you know the alphabet, that's what you do. Just put it in alphabetic order, from A to C. Even though this game was made in Germany, so they just as well could have put a double S in there, or just to fuck with you. Daedalic Entertainment made this game, and they've actually made quite a bit of point and click adventures. I looked through my game library because I got the Humble Bundle for Daedalic Entertainment, and I see almost all the games I have from them, if not all of them, look like point and click adventures. There's like Life of a Roach and A New Beginning and all these point and clicks, and they all look like I've only like looked at the little thumbnails in Steam. They all look nice. I will probably go through each of them at some point. Probably not in direct coherent order. I mean, I'm doing Whispering World right now because I love it dearly. Even though this is a blind play through. I love the feel of it. I love the look of it. I love the atmosphere in it. I really hope that this playthrough I'm doing will inspire people to go out and buy it, because I've noticed like this being a German game and Germany having a bit Let's Play culture. English Let's Plays of this game isn't really about. I think I've seen like 4 other Let's Plays of this, which 4 others are still a lot when you're talking about a point and click adventure, but still, compared to games like Slender or 5 Days a Stranger, even I think 5 Days a Stranger has a lot too. So which we will be getting to. We'll be doing 5 Days a Stranger at 1.2. But yeah, compared to the other games I've done, there's not really a lot of Let's Plays of this game. I've gotten into the universe, and and I've actually kinda had to hold myself back to not sit and just play it through without recording, because I just don't like it that much. It isn't really a big game, and it's a really empty game. I mean, there's not a lot of characters. They only really put in the characters that you need to meet. I mean, if you play a game like Monkey Island, the first Monkey Island, you'll see a lot of world building. Or at least you'll meet a lot of different characters, even characters that aren't necessary to the plot. I mean, just the bar at the beginning of Monkey Island, which is one of the first things you see in the game, is filled with characters that actually doesn't really do anything in the plot, but it still serves to show you, okay, this is a lively place and this is an island where there's a lot of people. The Whispered World, not so much. You have Ben and the grandpa, and then you have Benny the cowardly Jasky, and then on the astronomer, like we're seeing, like all the characters that we see in this game have a part to play. They're all there for a reason. There's no like world building unnecessary characters, like even Krupa. The small thing, you had to interact with that thing to just go on. And that's like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's still like, when you're trying to establish a new universe like you're doing with the Whispered World, I feel like you should also throw in the unnecessary stuff. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender is a great example, because they just they threw in a lot of characters. Like you have the cabbage salesman, which was nothing but a running gag, and then you have all these characters which is just well-built characters. You also have a lot of characters which are only mentioned to exist, like Iroh's son and such, which they have an impact on the plot as such, but they're not around. They're not in the story, and they don't play a part in the story which is going on. And I think that's interesting, because not a lot of universes do that. There's not a lot of world building in a lot of universes. They've tried to do it nowadays, like after the event of the Avengers, which made the big Marvel Cinematic Universe thing happen. A lot of movies has tried to do like world building. Like if you're watching like Pacific Rim is kind of telling you there's other stuff going on in this universe, and if you're watching Alien, you can see that this is just like a small isolated event in a much larger like established universe and such. Lord of the Rings is a pretty good example because even like they even encounter a failed adventurer in Lord of the Rings when they're going into. I don't remember if it's in the movie, but in Return of the King, Aragorn goes to like the Mountain of the Dead People, and there you see a guy who's almost like he's just minutes away from grabbing a sword, and that's from another tale which I don't believe ever got told. But like this kind of hinting at other stuff happens in this universe. Lord of the Rings is just a very small part of it. That's the kind of world building that I feel like the Wizard World should probably have gone with. I'm also again I'm apologizing for my accent because it's not real. I don't know if that's a word for it. I know I sound vaguely like European, maybe United Kingdom-ish or Canadian, or I don't know. But the fact is I I'm Scandinavian, and I don't really actually have anything to do with United Kingdom at all. I've never even been there, so why I've picked up this manner of speaking, I really don't know. Maybe I've just been watching too much. I'm a big fan of British comedy, so maybe I've just somehow picked up that manner of speaking somewhere. But if it annoys you, I'll try to tone it down. But as I say, it's not. It's something I notice after recording stuff. I start listening to my own voice, and I go like, wait, what's this accent that shows up when I speak? And it's really unintentional. It's nothing. I'm not sitting there trying to say. I'm not sitting there trying British. I'm not trying to sound British. I'm not sitting there going like, oh, we got to go on the Barbie or something. Not even sounding. Yeah, I don't know why I'm speaking like this. I'm really sorry about this. I'm going off on a rant, but I guess maybe this is the most I've spoken to you guys directly in any of my videos, and that's probably not so good. Another thing you'll probably notice is that this video does not have a thumbnail, and that's because I'm kind of in a hurry. It's 3 o'clock right now. I recorded this at 1, and this video goes up tonight at 8, I believe. If I get a chance to actually press the button, since I'm going out to do stuff. But hopefully, you'll see this at 8 and you'll go like, oh, what the fuck is he talking about? And then this will be nothing to actually this astronomy puzzle thing, I didn't really get because I don't really, he's telling me that I need another thing for to make the picture work. Oh, hey, I got to the front. Yeah, this is just a toolbox. It's filled with tools. And I don't really know what I'm supposed to use with it because, looking around this area, I don't really know if it's going to turn out that Sadwick is like. You ever heard that theory that what if we're all just part of a dream, and when the dreamer wakes up, the world ends? I think that's the kind of thought that inspired this game, because like all the scene we had with Sadwick actually speaking to the giant floating orb at the beginning of chapter 2 kind of suggests that Sadwick is somehow the creator of this universe, and when he wakes up from this dream, the universe will just pop out of existence, and that would make sense. Maybe Sadwick went into a coma following an accident, or maybe he's just asleep and he's not waking up, and maybe there's some sort of psychological trauma that has made him retreat into himself, which also is kind of suggested by the fact that he's reminded of his mother's grave by looking at the candles, and it's something he mentions every time you look at a candle. I have no idea why his dad isn't mentioned. In the beginning, I actually thought Ben was his dad, but that's because the characters look nothing alike. So I was like, what? Why does he look? But yeah. The whole spot mechanic. I've mentioned this before, but I'm actually really loving the whole spot mechanic. This thing of having like a uni tool that works with everything, that you can like use for everything, and has these different functions. It's not something you see that much in oddly enough, not something you see that much in point and clickers. Like there are of course some characters that have their tools that they always carry with them. A good example is Sam and Max, with Sam always carrying around his gun, and he always like needs, there are a lot of different puzzles where you need to use your gun to shoot something, and there's a lot of funny little character reactions to you pulling out your gun at random, which also we'll also get to the Sam and Max, but I'll try not to go from just when I started this channel, I wanted to do puzzlers, and then of course it started out with Doctor Who, the Eternity Clock, and went up onto a Metroidvania in the form of Guacamelee, and then it kind of went off. I really thought I would have gotten to a point-and-click adventure sooner than this, but for whatever reason, the cards, it just weren't in the cards that we get to that. But I'll try, and after this, I believe I've planned to do the next Sleeping Dogs part. As you may remember, I did the entirety of the original storyline for Sleeping Dogs, and I have the DLC, so after this is over, we're doing the DLC. I've also looked into doing some older games. I really want to do some older games. Like right now, I'm doing Sonic Adventure DX, which is a pretty old game by now. I also want to do like I want to do what's it called, Bugs Bunny Adventure in Time, or what it was called, and I think that's what I have planned after Fear, but I actually wrote down a list of what I'm going to do. Anyway, I think I've been rambling on and off. I can see the timer is almost done, so thank you so much for following this channel. If you do, if you don't, please check out my channel. There's a lot of different games on here. Thank you for listening to me this far. I know I've been rambling about a lot of stuff which really isn't related to the game, but that's how it goes when you're not actually looking at the game. Which I'm going to change my setup so I can actually do that for another time. Hopefully this will be the one and only time I'll record post recording. But otherwise, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join me next time. And until then, well, okay, I can hear there's a little more dialogue. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join me next time for more shenanigans. Until then, bye.